I'm so excited about the cocktail I'll be making today. It's one of my personal favorites, it's really tasty, and it's very easy to make. And it doesn't require a ton of ingredients. It just once again shows how cocktails don't have to be super complicated to be fantastic. Let's make the Morning Glory Fizz. Shawing! This is an obscure classic cocktail, or should I say vintage cocktail. I haven't met a lot of people that know of this one. It dates back to at least the 1880s and can be found in Harry Johnson's new and improved Bartender's Manual. This is Harry, by the way. Good looking fella, huh? You can clearly see where today's bartenders get their mustache inspiration from. You're a trendsetter, Harry. The only reason I know this cocktail is because I used to work at a restaurant called Kio in Tribeca, New York. Phenomenal Laotian food. If you're ever in the area, you should check them out. And it was here that one of my mentors, George Mendes, introduced me to the Morning Glory Fizz. George, you're one of the best bartenders I've ever worked with. Okay, so this is what we'll need. A Scotch. I'm using Bowmore, which is a peaty single malt Scotch. I've never used this one before, so I'm really excited to see how it turns out. But feel free to use any blended Scotch. Johnny Walker Black works really well, I know. Monkey Shoulder, Doers, or whatever your favorite is. A couple of dashes of absinthe. I put absinthe into my little dasher bottle here to make that easier. Simple syrup, fresh lemon juice, a splash of club soda, and chickpeas. Just kidding. We're not actually going to put chickpeas in the cocktail, but this cocktail originally calls for egg white, just like a whiskey sour, but since I don't ever have eggs at home, I'm going to use something called Aquafaba, and that's the liquid that the chickpeas live in this little can. And Aquafaba has the same effect on a cocktail that egg whites does. It makes it really nice and frothy, and it's very common for vegans and vegetarians to use Aquafaba in cooking and in cocktails. Alright, we're going to start with a couple of dashes of absinthe. Be careful with this depending on what kind of dasher you're using. 3/4 ounce of simple syrup. 3/4 ounce of fresh lemon juice. 1 ounce of your Aquafaba. And 2 ounces of your Scotch. Now I'm going to dry shake this cocktail, and what that means is I'm going to shake it with no ice. The reason why I do this is to emulsify all the ingredients and to build up that silky, frothy texture that we're looking for. Okay, so after I dry shake it, I'm now going to shake it with ice. For cocktails like this, I like to use 1 or 2 big ice cubes. So before I taste this cocktail, let's see what Harry Johnson has to say about it himself. The above drink must be drank as soon as prepared, so as not to lose the effect and flavor. The author respectfully recommends the above drink as an excellent one for a morning beverage, which will give a good appetite and quiet the nerves. Let's put you back. Boink. Alright, so let's give it a try. This is super tasty. Like I said, it's one of my favorite cocktails. It's refreshing like a whiskey sour, but it's just so much more interesting, at least to me, with the peatiness from the Scotch, especially from this one, but even from a regular blended Scotch like Johnny Walker. So please don't just do a bourbon or a rye whiskey, because it's the Scotch that really makes this cocktail. And then you have just a hint of the absinthe just lurking around in the background, which is really nice. So if you haven't had this and you're into old obscure classic cocktails, this is a must try. Morning Glory Fizz. You're welcome. And remember, if this is your first time here, you have to fight. Right, Tyler? Skål.